Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is the final installment in the decluttering process of my face products. I've done blush, I've done bronzer, and now we're doing highlight. I saved the hardest for last. I believe I have more highlights than I do blush and bronzers, and I love highlight. I love blush, I love bronzer, but I do think this one's gonna be the hardest one. So I'm gonna stop yammering and we're just gonna get right into this very, very painful video. I'm gonna start with an easy one. I have all of the Odin's Eye highlighters. Ugh, gosh, I could stop rattling them while I'm talking. I'm keeping all of these. I love every single one. This is Pink Star. It ships. Oh gosh, why can't I ever do this? They're all shifty and I can never make them shift the right way. Then we have Moon Talk. This one I know shifts from green to purple. So pretty. And then we have Rose Sky. And that shifts like a bluish purple pink. Again, so pretty. And we have Lavender Dream. Can you guess what color this is gonna be? Purple to blue, like a silvery, again, just beautiful. And then we have Warm Sunshine. And this is like pretty neutral, but it does shift pretty orange on my face. This surprised the heck out of me the first time I used it. I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize that was orange. It's so cool. And the last one we have is Azura Shine. And this is obviously blue to yellow, pink. I mean, it's just, these are so pretty. Obviously, you have to be into some pretty fun highlighters. If you're not, these aren't gonna be your idea of a good time. But I'm also into like more subtle, normal-ish highlighters, but these are just really fun. And I didn't have many. I have a couple that are a little bit shifty. So when Odin's Eye released this collection, I scooped up the whole thing. I knew that I was lacking these specific products in my collection, and I knew I would use them because if you can't tell by today's look, I really enjoy fun makeup. Makeup is just fun for me. So, all right, that's one little bin done. We have two more little bins, two piles, and a big bin. I'm gonna go with a couple more easy ones. I have these two ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks. One is in Wisp and one is in Lunch Money. So this one is Lunch Money. I'm not a huge fan of ColourPop, but I mean, people just rave about these. And this is in the shade Wisp. And I thought if everyone loves them, maybe I should give them a chance. And I'm really glad I did because I do really like them. I think these give you a little bit of bang for your buck without being too in your face. And they look really nice on older, more textured skin. Next up, I have this metallic glow highlighter in Solo from She Glam. I don't purchase from She Glam now. I did once, and I gotta say, I mean, this highlighter is actually really, really good. So I'm definitely gonna hang on to it. I have two from Benefit. I have Cookie and I have Dandelion. My best friend got me Dandelion. This is like the mini one years ago, and I love, love, love it. And then when I was able to get my hands on Cookie, I picked up this one, and this is just, I mean, these are beautiful highlights. Dependable, look amazing. They're just fantastic. So I will be keeping those. So far we've decluttered none. I I have this little e.l.f. highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. Again, super good. This is like a baked formula. So nice. It just occurred to me, should I be swatching these? If I swatch them, we'd be here forever. However, if you want to see a swatching video, all you have to do is let me know in the comments section and I would happily do it. I really like swatching products. I don't love touching them and I don't love using my fingers, but there's something about swatching that it's instant gratification. And who doesn't love that? Next, we have the Jaclyn Hill highlighter in the shade Iced. This is, again, one of my absolute favorites. I do think this is super similar to Cookie, actually. Looks really nice on the skin. I really like this one a lot. Next up, I have this Vesca highlighter in the shade Moonlight. This was in a BoxyCharm or in the BoxyCharm store, something. And again, I really like this highlight, so it's staying too. Will this actually be a declutter or will it just be a collection? I don't know. Next, we have the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlight in Hustla Baby. I have the mini size of this. I've used it so much. You can see there's pan in there. I really do like this highlight a lot. It's staying fresh. Sticking with Fenty, I have the highlight in Trophy Wife. This is absolutely beautiful. I just can't use it as a highlight. And I kept it around to use as a eyeshadow. I mean, it's just beautiful. But I do think I should rehome it. I think it could be happier living with someone else who will appreciate it and not with me who just leaves it in a drawer and looks at it once in a while. Okay, next up we have this Melt Cream Blush Light in the shade Lynx. I just got this. I am going to hang on to it. I think that it could work for me in the summertime. So that's not going anywhere. I've got a couple of drugstore faves here. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade 250. I think it's in the shade 250. This is a beautiful highlight. This is one that will blind you from space. You're gonna notice that one. So if you don't like a blinding highlight, probably not gonna like that one. We have Essence Pure Nude in the shade Be My Highlight. This is beautiful, a bit more subtle. Again, that kind of baked formula, very nice highlight. I don't reach for this one much because it's not as wabam in your face as I like, but I think I should hang on to it for comparison's sake. So this one's gonna stay. Next we have the House Labs highlighter. This was her House of Gaga release last year. This is stunning. I'm definitely hanging on to this. So pretty. I have two from Wet n Wild. I have Blossom Glow and Precious Petals. These were all the rage on the YouTubes several years ago. And I mean, they are absolutely stunning highlights. Beautiful, even still. I have to keep these two. I have this one from Odin's Eye. It's the Norns Mesmerizer. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. I do have the 4-pan or 6-pan highlight palette they released. It's an older one. It came in the blind bag that I got. I don't love this one on my face, so I'm going to rehome it. Next we have one from ColourPop. It's in the shade You Got Mail. It's pink. It's pink and it's so cute. I really like this. Obviously, I use it as more of a blush topper, but oh man, it's so pretty. This one has to stay too. Next, I have two from Natasha Denona. I have the Glow Gold Shimmer Duo. Again, gold I thought I could use as an eyeshadow. I'm gonna declutter these. I just don't reach for them. And maybe somebody else could get some use out of them. And I have the All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer Powder. Are you a shade? In the shade Light Fair. This is really pretty. It's a more subtle highlight, but you know, if I want a subtle highlight, this one works really well. So I'm gonna hang on to that one. Okay, next up, I have 4 putty type highlighters from Be Perfect and Stacey Marie. This one is in the shade Do You. This is a beautiful highlight. I really like this. It's very like a natural kind of a highlight. Very, very nice, and it's staying. And then I have Skin Sheen, and this one is kind of duochrome-ish. It's like yellow, white, green-ish. This is, again, very nice. These ones are a bit more like sparkly, wet-looking highlights. I mean, the shade, it's called the Get Wet highlighter, so that makes sense. And then we have Soft Silk, which is a bit deeper, and it's really nice for me in the summertime. So again, beautiful. And the last one is Hollow Glaze. And this is like pink, purple, orangey, super nice. This is what I had originally for like fun, colorful highlighters before I got the Odin's Eye. So not super colorful, just a little bit. So I'm glad that I have them, and they are a different look on the cheek. They definitely look wet, but really nice. Doesn't emphasize texture. I like them a lot. So they're staying. I just got this one too. It's the Melt Highlighter, so I'm gonna hang on to that one. I think Rhonda, one of my friends here on the YouTubes, she's a subscriber, said she thinks it's a body shimmer. So in the summertime when I'm tan, that could be cute. I have the Hourglass Vanish Gold Flash. This is a cream stick highlight. I've had this for a very long time. It's still good, and this is really, really pretty on the skin. So I'm gonna hang on to this one too. I do like, I mean, for like a stick highlight, it doesn't lift my base products. It looks really nice, so I'm gonna hang on to it again. Oh, next up we have the Believe Beauty Highlight Trio that I grabbed when I did the Believe Beauty video. I did just use these recently, and they're really, really nice. This white shade is way, way, way too light for me to use by itself. So this would go like pretty light. If you are a super light complexion, you could use these. This is a very nice highlighting trio. So that's staying. Oh, next up from Milani. I was looking for a Milani highlight this morning. I didn't think I had one. See, that's a problem. I have the Rose Glow Trio. I've had this for a very, very long time. Again, this is another knock your socks off. You can see this from Space Highlight. It's so, so pretty. But I think I have to hang on to it for days when I'm looking for a Milani highlight. Oh my goodness. Next, I have this Cover FX Custom Enhancer Palette. This is really nice too. I don't reach for it often, but it's a nice highlight. So I think I'm gonna hang on to it for now. I do imagine some of these things will not make the next declutter, but this one, we're gonna hang on to it for a little while longer. This is the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Trio. I hate the packaging, it's humongous. It came with a little stupid brush. I don't understand why anybody does that anymore, but this is another really nice one. Oh. Okay, nope, this one can go. I just kept 2 other trios. I don't need to have this one. I only used it once for one video, which tells me I don't love it and I don't need to keep it in my collection. Next, I have my Wayne Goss Weightless Veil Blush Palette in Coral Rose. This packaging annoys the bejesus out of me. This blush barely shows up on me, but this highlight is beautiful. I wonder if it's possible to depot these, like to take the pans out. I'm gonna hang on to this for now because I do really like the highlight, which is why it's in my highlight drawer and not my blush drawer, even though this kind of packaging makes me crazy. The highlight is worth hanging on to, I think. For Beauty Creations, we have this Annette 69 highlighter. I reached for this one time. I'm gonna declutter it. I don't really need to think too much about it because I don't use it. There's no sense in hanging on to it. Okay, this one's gonna hurt my heart a little bit. I have 2 of the Nomad Studio 54 highlighters. This is in the shade Hot Shot. It's really pretty, but it doesn't really show up. It's on my ring finger. It's very subtle. And then I have this one in the shade, oh, Disco Nights. I can't read. And I mean, it's really, really pretty. But I don't reach for this one either. So I think these are gonna go. I do have this other Nomad and Stockholm highlighter. This is very nice. I'm gonna keep this one. It's another kind of more subtle highlight, but beautiful on the skin. So I'm gonna hang on to this one too. From Glamlight, I have this Pina Colada highlight. Again, beautiful highlight. Definitely hanging on to this one. It's so pretty. And from Alamar Cosmetics, I have this highlight I picked up when they released these highlighters. So pretty. Really, really like this one too. I'm gonna hang on to this one. And from Ofra, I have the Steph Toms and Ofra Milk and Cookies highlighter. Definitely hanging on to this. I'm a fan of Steph. I think she's pretty darn cool. And then I have the Samantha March and Ofra highlighter in Start Inspired. This is really pretty too, so I'm definitely gonna hang on to both of my Ofra highlighters. I had several of the Ofra palettes. They're just too big and cumbersome, and I don't love that format, so I decluttered those a while back. Here we have an oldie but goodie. This is the ABH and Amrezy highlight. This was a stunning highlight when it was released, and I used it and used it and used it and used it. Compared to what we have now, it's not as, you know, wabam in your face as it used to be, but it's still beautiful. So I'm hanging on to this one as well. And I have this Jaclyn Hill Winter Sun palette. This has a blush and 2 highlights. My blush is breaking. So similar to the Wayne Goss situation, I might see if there's a way to take these highlights out and put them into something smaller. If that is an option, I will definitely do that and keep it. If not, I may end up decluttering, but I want to see if I can make it more Jan friendly before I get rid of it. I have this little Clio Prism highlighter. Not a fan. I know I've used it once. I feel like one of these was super glittery. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter these. I don't reach for them. They're not my idea of a good time. I'm not gonna hang on to them. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne and Rock and Roll Beauty. I was very surprised by this. This is actually pretty darn good, and I'm gonna hang on to it. Who knew? Definitely not me. Next we have the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlight in Ozone. So my little pan, the little highlight itself falls out, but this is an absolutely beautiful highlight. I love all of my Nabla face products. They are so, so good. Next we have the She Glam and Corpse Bride highlight. This came in a mystery box, and it's another like duo multi-chrome. This is very pretty. I haven't used it much, but I wanna keep it and give it a try a little bit more. All right, we're down to the last 3. Next we have the Hourglass Luminous Light Lighting Powder. This is a very subtle highlight on me. Some people use it as a finishing powder. I'm a greasy, oily mess, so I don't do that. But if I want something that's just like really understated glow from within, this is a good one for that. So I'm going to hang on to this one as well. All right, so this is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Glow Highlighter. Use without caution. This was the Bridgerton collab. I reach for this one quite often. It's very pretty. And then we have the Iconic Indiscretions. And I mean, that's a gold highlight. And I'm going to hang on to this. Can I use it? Probably not. But these are the first Pat McGrath face products I got. So I haven't had them that long. I'm going to hang on to them for a bit longer. So let me do a quick tally and I'll tell you how many I kept and how many I decluttered. Okay, so I'm keeping 49 and getting rid of 8. That sounds a little bit ludicrous, but it's my makeup and it's my channel and I can do it if I want to, right? But that means I had 57 highlights. Now I have 49. So that's pretty good. I'm not mad about it. And they all serve a purpose. And that is including the Jaclyn Hill and the Wayne Goss that I may or may not end up holding on to. So that's that on that. Let me know what you think of declutter videos, of highlighters. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.